Alright, howdy, ParodyKnaveBob here. This conclusion video intends to wrap up some much needed loose ends. Some people requested I revisit their games. Some games I had oversights which I wish to correct. I hope to fairly quickly race through the whole lot, bottom to top. I stopped in the core. I forgot in the middle. My thoughts taken from safety. Okay, anyway, any error messages I'll type on the GMC forum. Also, here's a last-second change of plan. I actually spent a bunch of time recording new bits for several games, and I was going to put together a package, but and not stream this, but time ran out for me to try my brand new video editing software. Thus, I'm just streaming what I have here. Apologies, but anyway, bottom to top. Very bottom. Games that crashed upon loading. So that's number one, Dad, Single Point of Entry, .exe, Dicey Dungeon, Crimson Raider. Okay, so you four, I've decided to not vote on these four. I figure if the Jam had bigger scope and gave everyone access to all kinds of machines, then sure, require more varied hardware-based testing. But for an online weekend Jam, multi-device testing, However, if all you know is your 13-core gaming rig, then yeah, you should probably still grab someone else's cheap laptop and give it a whirl. In short, I don't want to punish developers for something they probably could not have known would be an issue for just a few of us for whatever unknown reason. 30-second escape. And most of my comments are pretty short, but just wanted to say all that. Okay, 30-second escape. Not that sort of comment, but because of other reviewers, I was able to discover you can punch through walls. I revisited and found there's actually a pretty big map to explore, pretty big layout. Eventually, I died because I tried once again to jump over the flat red floor, which of course blocks me from jumping over it. But good job with more than what first met the eye. I recommend for the future, don't assume everyone has played your favorite genre. I guess maybe this is Minecraft inspired. I don't know, I've never played it. But yeah, basic instructions are a good thing. Thirst of Freedom. Let's see, after some consideration, I believe your game might have ranked more highly with people in general if you had done the following pretty simple things. So this is more like suggestion for a future kind of comment that I'm making here. Okay, number one, increase the view size. Just two things. One, increase the view size so that we can see more of the level. There's actually a whole lot of level here, but it's such a cramped, nearsighted view of it, it discourages exploration. And on that note, number two, where the text instructions say how to use items, just add this one line. Like, there are a lot of ways you can improve on those instructions, but here's the simplest way. Just add the line, once you find these items. That lets people know that the controls aren't broken, and rather there's a deeper exploration aspect to your game. It gives players incentive to go out and try to do things. Popcorn Spider. Okay, you told the secret. If you hold P for a few seconds, you level up extremely quickly, and that makes that funny little blurb about Legendary Super Spider in the instructions not just to be a cute little whatever, but actually proves to be in game and pretty hilarious and well done. Actually, it's like supersonic. Which, hats off to the people who had the patience to actually get to level 100. I think I was around 80 or something and just stopped, but I don't recall now. Anyway, just another night. I meant to read your marquee, and I forgot. So I've read your marquees now. I don't know if you hear that engine. Sorry about that. Some messages are pretty funny. Does anyone even read this? Howdy. Objective stealth. 4 things of note here. Yeah, you can see I have text there. Okay, so KPJ requested we try the post-jam version with fixes. I did, and I'll post my comments on the GMC. It actually has its own issues. But also it's outside the scope of the jam, and so I'll post my comments there. Number 2, when I tried the new version, I found a bug, but then I found, oh, it's in the original version too. So here's the thing, pressing enter any extra while the story, when the story ends, like the story room, the story progression, sorry, I'm not saying that well. Anyway, before the next room can load up, if you're pressing enter any extra, it crashes the game. Whoops. Number 3, I want to give some advice about visual storytelling technique. Since you start with the player speaking in English, it's way too easy to assume that the character on the left is Marco instead of the boss, which gets really disorienting when the boss gets angry. And the reason I say in English is because I expect in right to left languages the opposite is true, that the right side character is the assumed first speaker. And number 4, the pixel art, this is the final one, the pixel art winds up looking bad after the itty-bitty eyebrows show up. It kills the pixel art illusion, and not in some brilliantly ironic way like all of a sudden a photograph comes in. Therefore, I suggest perhaps a different way to go about it would be, instead of the eyes are there and just a little thin line, to, sorry, I can't show this with pictures since I don't have the time now. Where was on this? Perhaps a different way to go about it would be to suddenly have, instead of that, have a couple black chunky pixels appear and have the black eye turn red. This, in my mind, will abstractly call attention to the figurative fire in the boss's eyes. It's just a thought. All right, Tic Tac Toe. I want to say I watched Hey Man Mark, playing my game, and that was nice because it demonstrated I do not have a bug in my AI, which I mentioned because during my own playthrough, I just super coincidentally got good AI over and over while playing the Child's Play mode, which the Child's Play mode is pure randomness, and so it was just funny, and I was really actually wondering if I had a bug, but no, you demonstrated it's fine. So this is where I would rank my game if I were voting for it, but since I'm not, boop, get on down there. Okay, and where was, okay, Bouncer. So Bouncer and Turret Trap, I don't really have much else to say, just, you are where you are. If you notice any changes in this is why I wrote something of a script, because I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here. The theme, concept, presentation, and story, I might have changed those over time to something better or whatnot. I don't recall. The boat might have changed a little over time, but anyway, now you see what the final results are, and that's what I'm trying to let you know. No smash the walls. Short comment. After more consideration, you have a complete, finishable game with secret codes, an extra game included, etc. There's a bit more depth than I let weigh in at first. Thus, I bumped your rating up some. You're welcome. Unnamed by Mike Dark X. After more consideration, you similarly have a start and end complete game with actual, albeit simple, tactics. Tactical skill needed for the normal enemy type, if you don't want to just get hit by them every time. Plus the well-designed boss. Thus I bumped you up some as well. Fort with guns, you're fine. Slimeovator. Hey, that was really neat of you to give us your source code. Now, since it was after the jam proper, it doesn't affect my vote any, but I still want to comment. I don't have GameMaker Studio 2 yet. Thus, I looked through your files in Notepad, and I've got to say, I'm always amused to see some things being well-named and well-organized. I could read so much of your code without need for comments. And then some other things being empty placeholder jank slapped all willy-nilly alongside it, like the timeline with a single empty moment. Yay, jam time! Jam limited time. All right. Pin. By the way, Mr. Mark, why title Pin, P-I-N-N? I really want to know. Besides that, you requested I revisit your game, especially regarding the presentation. And yeah, your music transitions are nice. Good job. Plus, I didn't even comment before on the little ball trail, but that's pretty neat too. Pretty great too. And speaking of which, I had already listed your presentation as good, but yeah, it's really also clean and consistent and polished, despite looking so simple. I mean, you know, the title screen alone is just lovely, and you know, no bugs that I saw in anything. I feel fair in bumping up your presentation to great, and therefore popping you up a rank, even if I still find your chosen font a bit hard to fast read. But yeah, congrats there. A couple games with no additional comments. I'm not drunk. Ninja versus Demons, Hatch Controller. Spiel calm. So during the game, I totally got that there were hints in the map and in the dialogue to go toward the TV tower. But I mean, and you saw me in game like trying a certain amount, but it was your forum comment that brought me back to try it again. Super neat. This extra chunk of Easter egg depth, which I had all nice and videoed and everything, but what can you do? Like almost 20 minutes left for me to get the whole video and everything posted. So all right. Anyway, where was I? Yeah. Extra chunk of Easter egg depth. It now places you in lead over Hatch Controller, which I previously had difficulty placing. Good job. All right, nothing new to add to Great Mech War, Most Fish Shack, Citadel Stormer. Now, since I didn't finish the game, I tried again. Yeah, it's just too punishing to want to continue, unfortunately. Still, I'm a sucker for completion, thus I'll probably return to this after the voting deadline, which is like now. No way back. This is where a couple comments actually get a little lengthy. Still, you can see the length of the video. It's not much longer here. You requested I retry to find the secret ending. Now, my first thought here, well, if you can go back, then not only does it throw in the face of the title and many of the on-screen messages, but it also throws away what little theme was there. So I played again. Ha! Pretty funny. It does its secret ending thing, and then it just shuts down afterward. And then I'm like, oh, but my video messed up. This one, I didn't actually have video to play back, even if I hadn't streamed this. Therefore, I figure, all right, let me just reopen the game to capture that footage, and oh, wow, it got dark. It won't let me play again. This actually changes things. Now it really does feel like a single point of entry. Like, oh, you think you're being slick and you found a back door or something. Nope. Yeah, I had to up your theme rating, and this pushed me to up your full vote ranking too over Chemodynamics. But then Chemodynamics. All right, during my live stream reaction/review video, I said I wanted to try turn-based, and then I forgot to do so. Also, I even joked about, pro tip, I read that you could push reactants using other reactants, but somehow totally forgot during gameplay. So I played again some, and yep, much nicer. And since I don't have the video to show, just for anyone wondering who's not quite grasping, okay, let's say you have a reactant and it does not have the arrows to go this way. It's just not there. But you have this one that can go that direction. So, you just pop it over this way and start pushing it, and it just shoves the other one right into place. It makes it so much easier to play, really. Let's see. The extra depth there. I thought I wrote something, but I didn't, and so that's sorry. Took my eyes the wrong place, the wrong way. Oh, great! Now I've messed up my little script thing. Oh, good grief! I'm sorry. And here I am, not able to just edit out this little short thing. Almost at the end, so I have to scroll lots. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. Okay, so I played again some, and yes, much nicer. The extra depth bumps you up a rank, returning to beat out no way back, meaning you two each wind up in the same place you started. Okay, while I'm here, I had a sudden thought on how a tutorial could have been introduced without building a whole tutorial thing. The idea is, okay, game start, round 1, first reactant comes out, red with all directions available. So you move it wherever. Second reactant comes out, whatever colored shape you feel is appropriate, perhaps random, with no directions available. It just sits on the intake valve until the player pushes it off with the first piece. Or, of course, it gets destroyed with the next piece. Now, I would think this would help the player to get a couple concepts, either by experimenting or rereading the how-to. And then, of course, third and following reactants remain randomized as usual. So, just a thought. Okay, more games, Garbage Heroes, The Portal, Master Hacker Pro. I did not say this during your video. I did say it during Chemodynamics. Every puzzle element you made was very clear. It was unmistakable, unconfused, despite using such low res and binary colored graphics. Excellent. You demonstrated more complicated pieces via level design without any textual explanation. Good job with all of that I mentioned. Also, I had really wanted to finish more quickly and earn the better ending. However, when I tried today and got to Sesame, I fiddled with it some, but really I remembered it taking so long the first time. After a couple tries, I had to just quit for deadline's sake. I do hope to try again sometime later on my own time, but voting lock is practically now, thus I'm done here. And Alice, Wormhole, you're still number 1. Experience. All right, I hope everyone got good information out of that, and perhaps some entertainment while we're here. But I'm done. Great job to everyone for being involved with this, and congratulations in advance to the upcoming winners. And I might as well say, yeah, thanks, folks, for the various reviews and such on my game. I was expecting about bottom of the list, and a couple of you actually thought I was about the middle of the list. So, hey, thanks. That was awesome. Anyway, until next time, whenever that is, have fun, do well, be good. I'm ParodyKnaveBob, signing out.